time for Epic Mega Doodle. How do we play? I roll the dice. You have 1 minute to draw an inspiration that corresponds to an inspiration chart. Ready? Let's go. It rolled 16. All right, let's take our timer and go. Our timer's going, and 16 is a potato with eyes. Now, how do we draw a potato? Potato is kind of a oval shape, and this is how big I'm gonna make it. But it's not a perfect oval, it's kind of lumpy. So I'm gonna make kind of a lumpy shape and put some bumps and lumps here. And this is a potato with eyes, but I'm thinking literal eyes. So I'm gonna do, you can do eyes different ways. You can do like an almond shape with a circle and a circle on the inside. We'll do that again. Almond shape, and then got your iris and your pupil. And we can do all sorts of realistic eyes. We can add eyelashes if we like. We can add eyebrows if we like. We can also do cartoon eyes. Let's see. We can do big circle, little circle. We could do big circle, big circle. You can fill it in. We could do a long oval. We could do a half circle. Look at all these ways you can do eyes. You can even just use a dot for the pupil. All these different effects. I think I'm gonna draw a couple more eyes as my timer starts to run out. This one looks surprised. I'm gonna put actually an eye on the bottom and maybe an eye on the top with a bigger spirally crazy looking pupil. Okay, our timer is done. Oh my goodness. Next roll. And that is the number 5. 5 is lips with legs. Yes, lips with legs. So let's do it. Now, how to draw lips? Well, it's just kind of a bump and a bump, a smile line and a smile line. See that? That's kind of easy. And then if you look closely at lips, sometimes you'll see there's a little bit of a bump in the front, and there's some lines that kind of follow the form. See how they kind of go up and curve? Now, on the bottom, they kind of go the other way. Now, what kind of legs? I think I'm going to give mine some crazy shorts. I'm just going to do a rectangle and another rectangle. Some simple feet, but I'm going to put flowers on my shorts. Flowers on my shorts. And you know what? I think I'm going to add a smile. So see how we have this smile line right here? I'm going to add another smile line and then add some curvy tops and straight lines. And I have myself some lips with legs. Happy lips. Okay, looks like our timer is done. What's next? Looks like I'm drawing some sort of friend picture. This is the number 19. So close to 20. Let's see, a sleepy cup of coffee. All right, let's make sure we turn over our timer. It's going. Now, a cup of coffee, if you look at the top of a cup, it's kind of a flat oval. And then usually cups are a little smaller at the bottom, so I can do another smaller oval. And then check this out. I can connect that with a curvy line, and I have a cup shape. And a little trick is you can make this a little darker in the front, and it kind of pops forward. Now, I can erase this line because we don't see behind it because our cup is opaque. Now for the handle, I'm just gonna make a half circle, and I'm gonna make a little bit of a bigger half circle, and we have a handle. And to add our coffee, I use another curvy line, just like that, and I can color it in. I can use spirals just to color it in, and there we have some coffee. Now my coffee is sleepy. Oh my gosh, we're running out of time. So I'm gonna make half circles for my eyes on my cup of coffee, and I'm gonna put these lines underneath the eyes to make them look tired. And when we're tired, we're a little grumpy, so I'm gonna give a little grumpy line and just a little bit of a nose. This cup of coffee is sleepy. You could even just erase the eyes and have a line, 2 lines, and he looks even more tired. And when I'm tired, I always think of getting some Z's. Oh my gosh, our timer's done. All right, here we go. Another roll. I just love rolling this dice. We got a number 2. Love me the number 2. Let's turn our timer over and we have the cutest mushroom house. A mushroom house. Well, let's see. Mushrooms are small, so I'm gonna make my mushroom house right here in the background. Now, a mushroom house is kind of a half circle top, and you can do kind of a wiggly line to connect it. And then a mushroom kind of is a rectangle. You can see it's kind of a rectangle, but let's make it a little more interesting. Gets a little rounded, little curvy lines. And then I like my mushroom to have some polka dots on the top, usually the poisonous ones. So my house has some added security. And then my mushroom house is really small. So I'm gonna make my door curved. You can make yours a rectangle. Put a little door handle, a little window so we can see who's coming over. Put another window, a little box for flowers. And then I think I'm gonna put a little fence. I'm just gonna put some lines, just like that. And then I can connect them at different heights to make a cute little picket fence, erase some of these overlapping ones. And I have myself a little fence. Oh, it's a cute little mushroom house. And of course, every mushroom house needs a chimney. Little bricks here, little puff of smoke, because I'm cooking in my pot on the fireplace. Oh my gosh, I would love to go there today on this foggy day. Okay, and our timer is done. All right, let's see what else we got. Number 12. 12. Ooh, this is a bunch of balloons with faces on them. Okay, I think I'm gonna have my potato. I think I'm gonna give my potato some legs. Gonna give him some long, well, we wanna be able to see a long leg, and I'm gonna give him a little stick for an arm. And I'm gonna turn my timer over. And here we go. Balloons are super easy. You can just do a circle. And sometimes it's a fun detail to add a little bumpy line at the bottom. I usually do 3 to kind of show the knot that you tie. And then it's simply just a line. Now to draw this hand that's holding it, I'm just gonna draw just 2 circles and another like oval, and it makes this really silly looking hand. Maybe another one. Now all I'm gonna do is draw a whole bunch. Get out of here, timer. Whoop, still going. I'm gonna draw a bunch of circles overlapping, because when you have balloons, it's really interesting when they overlap. Now I'm gonna erase some of these lines that overlap. So this one's in front, and this one's in front of these in the back. See how that overlaps? I might make those lines a little darker. And then I'm gonna give each of my balloons a little bumpy line where we tie them. Connect them to where he's holding them. We got one over here, this one, now let's make a cyclops balloon. Look, it's a potato with eyes, with balloons with eyes. You can do our almond eye. We can do a full-on face. We can do X's for eyes. Look at all these crazy faces. I'm gonna make a 3-eyed balloon. Ugh. And how about just a simple happy face? That we can do too. I want a bunch of balloons like that. Our timer is done. All right. What else? Number 18. 18 is a hand with not 5 fingers. You heard me right, not 5 fingers. So I'm actually gonna make 2 lines that make a wrist, so it looks like our hand is actually like posing in this picture. And usually a hand, you kind of have like your palm, which is like a squarish circle, right? Now with fingers, we can just use ovals. 1, 2, 3, 4, and for a thumb, it's kind of like a pointy oval, right? Like that. And you can kind of take this line down like that. So that's 5 fingers, but I want to have 6 fingers. You know, my mom had 6 fingers when she was born. 6 fingers and 6 toes. That's crazy. Now, if you want to get even more detailed, you can look at your hand. That's kind of cool. And look, there's these kind of cool lines. Palm readers can read. And also on our hand, we have these kind of lines too. So all we need to do is add these curvy lines, and we've got fingers. I got 6 fingers. How many does yours have? Does yours have 4, 3, 2? You can add even more. I can put a finger on my thumb. I could put fingers on my fingers. Oh, that would be crazy. Now it's starting to look like a finger tree. Okay, well, I have to come back to that. I might write that down. Finger, hand, tree, because you know sketchbooks are good for holding our ideas. So our timer says we're done, but I might come back to that, so I'll put a little star to remind me to maybe come back to that. Okay, what else we got? Pages filling up. This is 6 7-layer birthday cake. Now, I think I'd like this cake to be featured, so I'm gonna just erase this a little bit because I'm gonna overlap, and I wanna make sure that we don't see that behind it. Now, to make a cake, same thing like the cup, you make an oval for the top and an oval for the bottom, and you can kind of connect it with 2 straight lines, and you have kind of a wonky cylinder. But if this is 7 layers, I need to make 7 layers. So we see the top. I'm just going to copy this line, layer 1. I'm going to copy that line again, layer 2. Copy that line again, layer 3. And so on, 4, 5. Now as we get down here, this might get confusing. So I think I'm going to erase these lines just so we see the bottom of the cake. Whoop. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now if I made these lines straight, it would look flat, but since they're curved. Now it's a birthday cake, so I'm gonna actually go along that and make a wiggly line for the frosting. It's spilling out in between each of the layers. Now I actually had a 7-layer birthday cake, caramel cake, so sweet, and there was frosting in between every layer, and each layer was about this thick. It was like 2 pencils. It was the most amazing cake. I highly recommend getting a 7-layer birthday cake. Now, it was my birthday, and I might be a little older than some of you in elementary school, or in high school, or in college, or you know. So I'm gonna put lots of these thin little rectangles with this kind of curvy, this circle. See how I do that? I just go circle, point down, and it looks like fire. And my birthday cake has a lot of candles. And then if you want to put it on a plate, you can actually just make a bigger curvy line that curves around, and there's your plate. You want to give your plate a lip, same thing. 7-layer birthday cake. Hey, this is kind of turning into a party picture. This guy had stayed up too late last night. All right, our timer says we're done. Well, let's keep going. I got some more ideas, and I got some space. I think we can figure this out. Number 2. Well, let's roll again. Hold on. 20. Now, usually when I play this game, 20 is a birthday party, and we kind of have a birthday party happening. So 20, I think, is going to go to Mr. Monkey, and Mr. Monkey's going to go right in this space. Are we ready? 1 minute to win it. All right, Mr. Monkey, I'm going to erase these Z's because they're going to kind of be distracting. He's going to be behind our cup of coffee, and a monkey's real way to do it is a circular head, a circular snout, and we're going to do half circles for ears. And we can make those even bigger because monkeys sometimes have big ears. And little eyes and a smile. Little monkey. Now, this is Mr. Monkey, so Mr. Monkey has a top hat and a bow tie. So for the bow tie, I'm going to do a circle and a triangle that kind of tucks behind the circle. Yes? Oh, don't forget, monkeys have this kind of funny these kind of funny lines on their snout. And I'll make this line a little bit darker so it pops forward. Now, Mr. Monkey also has a top hat. Now, just like the cake and the cup, we can do a circle for the top, a circle for the bottom, connect them with two lines, erase this line, and we have a cylinder. And then for the brim, just like the plate, we can make a curvy line. And I'm gonna put a little sash on his hat too. He's fancy. And then let's just give him some shoulders right there, right there. We can give him a fancy lapels, just this jagged line. And then I'm just gonna darken these lines a little bit. And my monkey's gonna have a monocle, which is a fancy one lens glass kinda. There's Mr. Monkey, so fancy, and our timer is up. But you know what? I think Mr. Monkey has a pocket and it has a flower in it too. Sometimes we just need to take a little extra time for these details. Now this is shaping up to be a fun party. What else we got? Anything else? Let's see, we got a little space up here, little space up here. Do we have to finish all our space? No, we don't have to fill it. We might feel like this is pretty good. But I think I'm going to do one or two more because I'm feeling it. Okay. Bam. Bam. We got number 2 again. Well, then number 2, option 2 is a super hot sun. Yes, we can always just draw. Whoop, let me get that timer, that sneaky timer. We can always draw a sun as a circle and lines, right? See that? These lines. But that doesn't look super hot. I think we need to add some fiery lines. So just like we did with the candles, you can do triangles, which are pretty, makes it look a bit more intense. You could make overlapping even bigger triangles. What if we made our triangles with wavy lines that come to a point? Now it's really starting to look hot. And then if I have a hot sun, I think I even want to give my hot son some sunglasses. Because he's so hot, he needs to shield his eyes from himself. And then I'm going to make him look a little hot with some sweat, some little teardrops coming out. That sun is so hot. And then if we add a little bit of these little teardrops, see how they're just kind of a rounded bottom that comes to a point? We can add little teardrops to everybody to show how hot the sun is. Oh my gosh. Even my hand is sweating. Even the house is sweating. These little teardrops of water are sweating. Even our cake. Ooh, a sweaty cake. I think I have room for one more. And our final doodle number is 4. And 4 is a postage stamp. What? Where the heck are we going to put a postage stamp? Let's see. Well, let's turn our timer over. Let me find some. There's a little space. Wait a minute. What if I put a stamp in the hand? A hand stamp. I'm going to erase some of these lines just to make it a little less confusing. Now, a stamp is just a rectangle, right? And if you want to make it look more like a stamp, you can kind of add this kind of blocky line around the edge to show that kind of cool edge that stamps have. And then you can make it, I forget how much stamps are they 50 cents now? And then you can put whatever you want here. I'm going to get crazy and I'm going to do a hand stamp. See, I'm just kind of making these ovals and then a pointy oval for the hand and adding a couple lines. So it's a hand stamped hand. Cool. All right, I think that's it. I think we have filled our space. Now, before I go, I think I want to take a look at my drawing. And let's see, I wrote a note to myself to come back to this idea, but let's see, what is my favorite drawing? Get out of here, timer, you have served your purpose. I really enjoyed drawing the balloons, and I like this idea. I feel like I could draw like 100 balloons with 100 different designs on them, and that would be really fun. I'm also really kind of liking this line on my mushroom house. I just feel like this design would be a really nice drawing on its own. I like the composition. I like how the fence is uneven and how the polka dots are uneven, and it looks really cozy. I think my lips I like this idea, but I think I could work on this line is too straight and the teeth look all the same size. Maybe I'll change that right now. A little trick with teeth, the teeth look biggest in the front, and maybe I'll make these curvy lines get closer together as they go back into space. That already looks better. And then I think I want to just change this line and make it a little less, you know, circular. I want to make it a little more bumpy. And already I like my drawing better. And the next thing, I know I don't like these flowers, so I'm going to change that. Because I want this guy to have jagged stripes on the shorts, because I like crazy shorts. Yeah, let's see, anything else you know what else is bugging me? That I want to make this coffee a little bit darker. And I want to make sure that I can see my lines. I can't see this line very well. So I'm going to just darken my lines to make sure that my coffee really stands out. All right, everybody, what was your favorite doodle? Share your doodles, because I love seeing how we all draw the same thing so differently. Hope to see you soon. Thanks for doodling with me. Bye.